Hello, gotta do some internet stuff. Put my links out there, then I will be back on the video. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. My channel here, videos, live session. So I'm going to pull this shareable link. I want to put it on Facebook, that's where most of my friends are at. Alright, Facebook, come on, man. No, I'm not saving my password. Are you out of here? Of course Trump scores a victory. Well, what'd you think, folks? Tab, extensions. I'll do these here. Okay. I think we're good. Alright, it looks something went wrong. What went wrong? What did I do? Imagine that. What did I do? I mean, imagine me doing something wrong. Let's see here. What did I do wrong? Something's wrong on my YouTube. What is it? Videos. Is it still going? Still going. Let's pull this over here so you can see what I am doing. This is going to look funny because I'm streaming the screen I'm working on, so bear with me. I lost my chat. Alright. So anyway, my chat's it really doesn't mean it's working, okay? Let me check Facebook out here to see if my video is going. I won't be able to play it long if it is, because it'll, if you're like doing the same, yeah, it looks like it's going. Because it'll, alright, yeah, alright, it looks like it's, looks like we're good, sorry. So, here's the deal, folks. What I did, I designed my own Linux operating system, okay? I based it on Arch. I was trying an Arch, a Fedora, a Debian, an OpenSUSE. Anyway, I just found Arch to be more user friendly for me. I don't know, not user friendly. Okay, I said that wrong. I made it Arch because it's got the latest. You know, you update it more frequently. It's not a rolling release by any means. I mean, I guess it is a rolling release. I mean, it updates. I mean, you could have updates every day. What I do with mine is I have mine set up. I always set it up that way to update every week on its own, so I don't forget. You can do it daily. You can do, you know. Then I always have it set up to do a backup weekly. If you freak out, you're really concerned about losing your crap, you can do it daily, you know, and just you could do it daily and just have it only keep that one, okay? So it keeps your backup that day, and it overwrites it, or you could have it keep 3 backups. So if you like, you know, I did something a couple of days ago, I really want to go back to that, you can do that with TimeShift. So I just love Linux. I really do. Bear with me again. I'm going to do one thing here. Sorry. Then I'll get to my video. Let's see. Who was I going to add? Alright, let's see what this is. Alright, anyway, alright, I'm a gamer. I probably always will be until my fingers cannot handle the keyboard grind or the mouse grind anymore. I have a deep rooted dislike for Microsoft, for Windows. I think I like my freedoms, and you don't get the freedoms, you know, and I would rather jump over hoops to get something to run in Linux than to patronize Microsoft or Windows in any way, shape, or form, okay? So you just have freedoms. Like Linux, you can run what you want, have the apps that you want, the hardware that you want, and you're not limited on that. Okay, like Office suites. How many Office suites have I had over the years with Windows? Okay, so like, can you still run your old Office? They probably don't have support for it anymore in Windows. The support just continues on and on and on Linux, okay? So if you have an Office suite that you like, it'll just keep updating, and you just keep using it. You know, you're like, I'm trying to think of a program Windows had. I know, like, the mail program, Outlook Express, was it? It like stopped working mid Windows 7, I believe it was. They started taking your freedoms away a long time ago. I mean, we all know, like, the things you ran in 98. You know, like the printers, the software stopped working, you know, along the way. And that's just not the way it works in Linux. You know, you just keep it. I mean, if you like it, if it's not broken, why fix it, right? You know, so it's that type of a deal. And you really just don't have that in Windows. Windows isn't as secure as Linux. Now, is Linux unbreakable? Absolutely not. But can, you know, hackers get you? Hackers get anybody they want to, if they really want to. But, you know, currently, right now, with the user base of Linux, it's not attacked like it is, you know, like Windows. So anyway, it's just more secure. It's better. You got your free. You know, if everything's the same as far as the way it operates and everything, Linux is still better because you got your freedom. You can choose what you want. You can make what you want. You know, Linux. You know, they're not going to say, "Hey, we don't want that app on the machine. We're going to take that off. We're going to take that off the store, your store. You know, your software store, because we don't want you running it on your machine that you paid money for." So, you know, there you go. But, you know, anyway, so what I did was I got into Linux again. I started playing with Linux a long time ago, many years ago, you know. And the thing about Linux that drew me off at the time, because I wasn't a big DOS guy, the terminal scared the crap. I mean, I didn't like the terminal, you know, because you're used to Windows, right? So I didn't like the terminal. And typing in the commands and all that stuff. You know, I had a friend that was good at computers that knew those commands. I mean, I just had to pick that up over the years. But anyway, I just got tired pretty much of having my freedoms ripped away from me. And I don't know why it don't bother everybody. You know, why doesn't it bother people that your freedoms are just be taken away? You know, it is with Windows. Like, they're going to force you to, I can't think of the year or the time this is going to happen, but you're going to have to run Windows 11. You're going to have to relearn. I mean, there's a learning curve, but it's not completely relearn, you know, but I mean, why? Why can't you run what you want? Why can't I run the same programs, the same printer? You know, there's just certain hoops you got to go through, you know. Anyway, you got hoops in Linux too. But it's, for me, and really, it's mainly the freedoms, you know. And I like my freedom. I just do. So I actually designed my own system, and I stopped development because I could not, for the life of me, with all my knowledge, and I don't have as much as some, but and I don't claim to be a Linux expert. But I could not get my fans to work properly. And as a gamer, you know, if your fans don't work properly, your CPU overheats, your GPU overheats, and you got problems. You get locked up, you know, and if you don't have an alarm set, or, you know, you don't have your system set right, you could damage it. So when I stopped development of my own system, I found a system, and I'm going to throw it out here. It's called Makulu Linux, and it's based off of Debian and Ubuntu. And I've never got gaming to work on Ubuntu or Debian. You know, the gaming I like to do, I was never able to successfully set my computer up to run it, and I've always wanted to run the Grandpa Linux distro, which is Debian. It is the most stable OS there. I mean, it just is. Blows Windows away. But the thing is, stable is not always what you have to have. You gotta have, if you're a gamer, you gotta want your games to run, right? So I need that. So I found the Makulu, and they got the fan works great. The system that I have to use to control everything works with that. So I was like, why continue development of my own if this one works? So I'm like, why make it better? Why? There's nothing else I wanted out of Linux. To have my games to work, my printers to work, have my wife be able to do all the crap that she needs to do, to work. So, why mess around with it? So, when I found out how, and I'm hoping I found out how they accomplished this, I decided to revive my Arch Cinnamon. And so that's what I'm going to do today, live. I'm going to get my computer set up. I obviously had to put a few programs on here before I started this. In order to do the video, but it is pretty much the basic stuff here. And I don't like bloat, so when I designed this, it's pretty much vanilla Arch. I use a edited Zen kernel instead of what Arch Linux uses. And then I just pretty much got the basics right now. See, all I got is OBS. That's the only program. And then I put my pictures. I found my pictures. I put some pictures on here, obviously. As you can see, I don't even have my fan program or anything. I did install LeafPad. It's a text editor. It's the best one I can find. If you're running Windows, I would choose Notepad++. But and I did choose, and I went with Nemo as my file manager because I'm a Cinnamon guy. I mean, as much as I dislike Windows, you just get used to a certain setup, and you like it. And so I chose Cinnamon desktop environment, and Nemo is synonymous with that. I mean, you could have. That's the thing with Linux. If you like a different package manager, you can use it. If you like a different desktop environment, you can use it. I mean, you could have a combination of several different environments, and that could be your system in Linux. You don't have that ability. If there is a way to do this in Windows, I'm not aware of it. When I was running Windows, I really wasn't looking for Linux themes or anything, so there might be, But I mean, if you're running Windows, why do you want your system to look like Linux? And if you're running Linux, why do you want it to look like Windows? I don't want my stuff to be like Windows per se, but I'm just used to Windows, so it makes the transition easier from Windows to Linux if you run Cinnamon. It's just my favorite. I got my wife on GNOME. She likes the icons and differently. Yeah, she's a little weird. No, she's not weird. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. As you can see, it's got OBS and the sound, and I did put Brave on here. I don't use Google. Google can kiss it. I shouldn't use that kind of language, but and I use Brave. And let me import my bookmarks. I I did put my documents on here. All the stuff I do for Linux, all the videos, all my learning that I did, I have on my screen now. And the search engine, I do use Brave. You can even go a step further. Well, I don't know if it's a step further, but DuckDuckGo. Probably rather than using the Brave search engine, DuckDuckGo is probably even better because the tracking and stuff. See, I don't use Google because A, your stuff is not trusted on Google, folks. You know, you can like Google if you want. I'm not telling you what to like or dislike, but I like my freedoms. You just don't have it with Google. You don't have it with big tech. You don't. You know, so I use, you can put extensions here. You could put, go to your extension store. You could put DuckDuckGo on here. And it's good. But it is very good. Okay, so like, when you need to do like a live chat, with something that you're having trouble with, and they got a live chat option, you have to disable the DuckDuckGo. That's the only reason why I don't put it on here. I don't have any of my extensions on here at all right now, like translators and stuff like that, authenticators, for various programs that you run. I don't have that on here yet. And I'm not going to go through that with you guys. I mean, that's easy stuff. Actually, none of this stuff is hard. It was at first, but like I said, I was scared of the terminal in Linux. But so that's the basic stuff. I am going to do a little bit of cheating because when I first started out, I learned very quickly to log everything I did. I learned very quickly to just make a document file, and just so I could repeat this, because when you're learning, you screw up, and you got to do everything all over again. Instead of starting from scratch, I make a sheet. I'll show you my sheet. I'll go to Linux here, Arch, and OInlyLinux. So I got this sheet here that I do every time. And what I'm going to do, these are all the things that I don't know if I could, I have to look at the command. I haven't done these things in such a long time. I even forgot. I don't even know if I could maximize my screen, change my font. I mean, because when a thing's not broken, I don't try to fix it, But I have been searching for a long time for the go-to system, and I'm going to start using mine, I think. But I copy everything I put down, every program that I put on my system. I've got all right here, everything that I have, and this is like when I built my repo. These are the commands to build the repo. Like, I wanted the system to be able to be installed without internet, so that's what my repo is for. I can do everything I can do with internet, I can do without internet on my system. Not everybody has internet, and there you go. I mean, I don't know what they can do, how useful any operating system would be without, internet. I guess, doing your book work and stuff like that, So I like to try to make things run without internet because you may not have it one of these days. So I'm gonna move this over here. And then I'm going to bring up a terminal. We're going to install this stuff. I'm going to double click. I double clicked, left click, double click there, and it maximizes it. And let's see, without cheating and looking at the commands, the shortcuts, let's see if I can control plus, nope, that wasn't it. Control shift plus, yeah, buddy. Control Shift plus. Can you see that? Yeah, probably can see that. And let's see. of the theme. So you can see I got, okay, these things here. Okay, you can see there's something, a program right here, but it's not showing. There's no icon. Okay, so that's where some of this is going to come into play here. Let's see. I could actually do all this with one. I mean, that's one thing. Instead of like Windows, how you do this update and then this update, then you search for updates and more updates come up. This Linux just updates. You don't have to do updates all freaking day long, to get to your where you're supposed to be, like Windows 22H2 or whatever that garbage is. You update. Once you update, you're updated. You don't have to search for updates and find more. Once you're updated, you're updated. Okay. They have your day. Some security fixes every once in a while. You got a security update, but I mean, it's not like you're going from. I mean, just when you install a fresh copy of Windows, the updates are horrendous. Okay, if they would just package it all, I mean, what's the need? I've never understood this. Why give someone the option to start from scratch? I mean, like when you install it, why can't they just do the update that you're on? Why don't they just do, obviously it's going to be bare metal, but why can't they go to the latest and greatest update? Why do you have to update everyone that came before it? 0 cents. And it just drives me nuts. Just drives me nuts. So I could do, like, what I'm saying is this is my, everything I do is out here, and I could copy and paste this on there, but I kind of like to go one at a time, just in case, I'm halfway there, and I'm like, man, I really didn't want to install that, so I just try to do it one at a time, and you don't have to do that, but I'm going to copy this over here, drop it. Okay, this is my install thing, and I've already got OBS on here, so I don't need to install that again. It wouldn't work anyway. I mean, it wouldn't install it again anyway. It would just say skipping or or reinstalling or whatnot. And some of the stuff I got on here because I was a newbie. And what I did was, a lot of these things I've got here set to install, like this one here. Those are what's called dependencies, which I don't need. Need cups that runs the printer. A lot of these are dependencies. I hope I'm right with deleting this, because I'll be pretty ticked off if I needed it. Kden Live, Keymaker, Krita, lib. The libs are probably Linux and headers. I don't remember if I mean, it's just not going to work if I didn't. See, Nemo comes with all these Nemos. I think this is when I was using a cross between some systems. The OPEX will show you what operating system I'm running. Open SSLs for running a game server. Unless we're running SQL, I mean it's certain databases. I like Rhythmbox. Rhythmbox isn't. It's probably not the best, player, but I love it. It's like I said. I like the smallest programs that I can find that run my stuff. Because if it's a smaller program, your resources. Simple Scanner it's the printer scanner. It runs the printer scanner, Steam, Thunderbird, Time Shift, but very valuable Time Shift. That lets you do your backups. VirtualBox is what I use. I abuse, before I put anything on actual hardware, I always abuse it in VirtualBox. And I don't even think VirtualBox is the best virtual machine tool to use in Linux. I like it because I used it. It's a program that I used in Linux as well, or as well. I don't know about Xorg. You need Xorg, but I'm pretty sure I installed that. Flatpaks. I don't know if I like Flatpaks over snaps, but I really don't like snaps. A Flatpak program, it just seemed like it snaps faster, like loads quicker. It doesn't have a lag. Alright, so let me see what happens when I hit enter. It's going to ask me for my strong, complicated password. And only Linux here, this right, you see right here, that is a repo I built. I got my own repo. And I'm going to try to add to that. I'm going to try to add my fan stuff to my repo, so I'm good to go. Now, when you put your strong and complicated password in, which is 2 letters, it says proceed with installation. You can see there, and it says yes or no. If you just hit enter, it's going to automatically do yes. But hit Y if you're concerned. But I'm going to show you here. I'm typing nothing, right? Enter, and there it goes. And it's always going to choose the default. So you just hit enter and keep hitting enter. And if you want to, you can hit Y. It's not going to do anything extra. If you do, it's just not. Okay. And there it goes. It's downloading the stuff. It's kind of a wait. Now, you could really, depending on what system you have, you could change your while that's running, I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see. Your Pac-Man config. So you can change like the parallel downloads from 5, you can change it to 10. What happens if you overload the downloads here and go above 5 and you don't have the resources? Things could fail to download. Okay, yeah, see Brave. See, I did that whole thing here and I've already got Brave on there, so it's, as you can see, it's not doing anything. It's already up to date, it says, so it just won't do anything. So anyway. Yeah, I mean, what happens if it bogs down and it could actually fail, and you have to restart this whole thing. Pretty much like if you lost internet connection or something. But anyway, it is what it is. Some of the things in Linux is nerve-wracking. I mean, I admit to that. But the thing is that it's some of the hoops you have to go through, the obstacles you have to overcome in Linux. It's a more of an epic feeling when you reach that point where you're done. You know, you're good to go. You know, you're there. You reached your goal, and you don't have to screw around with it. You know, like I haven't done this stuff in for like ever because I don't like to fix things that aren't broken. I mean, there's no reason to fix anything. There's no reason to. If it works, it works. You know. Now I did some distro hopping over the time. I've been looking for the best. You know, and I could do that every day. I could test. I do test systems out, you know, and then once I feel that they're good, I'll put them on my machine, you know, and that'll be our daily driver. That'll be our go-to system. Right now, my wife is running the Makulu. We both kind of got the same kind of setup. She's got a Ryzen 5 or 1600 or something. I got a Ryzen 3600. My brother Jeff, his computer's down here. I put a system on there for him. He's running like a 55. He's running a really sweet one. So anyway, I just like messing around with Linux. It's a hobby. It's a extra passion. I've got 3 passions, major passions, and they kind of go in this order. Food service is my absolute passion that I would quit any of the others for. I would quit gaming, and I really love my gaming. I like the friends I've met over the years with doing the gaming. I would quit Linux development. I would quit gaming and do all food service. 100%. I'm 52. I don't have a whole lot of years left to get into food service. I want to get back in it so badly. I mean, I want my own place so bad. I would quit. I would sacrifice a lot for that because, you know, things are way different. I've had businesses before, and I'm just not that person anymore. And you know, some of the things were good, some of them were bad, but when you're me, I physically had to kill myself. I mean, not physically, obviously, but I had to kill the old me to pretty much be who I am today. And I really don't want to get into the details because I don't want to the temptation, you know, there's always these temptations. I don't want to tempt myself to be that person again, so I try my best not to go there in any way, shape, or form. So I will not defend myself much. You know, I would just rather. I don't want to live in yesterday. I'm living in today. You know, so it's just not bright, wise to live in yesterday because you're not in yesterday. You know, and The only thing I still struggle with a lot is political things. I just see it just, the things that they do are just so evil that my flesh does take over when I'm talking politics. And really, we're reading the scripture and all, being neutral is probably your best option. Is just read scripture, and God didn't even want to give us a king. He was begged for a king, so he gave us a king. He loves us. He knows the ending and the beginning and the end. So he didn't want to give us a king. He knew what was going to happen. But he gives us free will, and I don't know. It's really tough, but I like Linux, man. I gotta say, see all these things that I erased right here, and they're still up over here. I guess I didn't save it yet, but they're installing everything that I deleted, as you saw me do, like the libs. It's installing it, and the Anyway, yeah, it's installing the dependencies, the drivers, what you call it. Let's see, what was the last thing? Okay, yeah, the last thing's a flat pack called BLC, but BLC is, BLC will come up over here. It's a video. You could play audio, video, and stuff. Like when you make videos, you can watch it on there. Let's see what all is installed so far. As soon as this is done, I might go ahead and I had to repair my external hard drive. Ever since we lost a 4 terabyte external, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I've been buying the same brand. They're my passports. It's garbage. They're completely garbage. There's not a whole lot you buy from Walmart that ain't garbage. Probably all from China. I bought some smaller ones. They didn't. When I've gone back over there, they haven't had the 4 terabytes. They've just had the 1 or 2s. So I think I got a 2. 1 or 2 I got now, and I think it's going to go out because every time I start my machine and plug it in, it says it will not mount it. You cannot view the files on it. I have to physically repair the file system on it to get my stuff off. So I do have a backup SSD. See, I got to put a password in here. I won't have to have a password to get into the hard drive. Oh, look at that. So there's nothing on here. There is no files on here. Lost and found. I wonder what's in my lost and found. I'm interested in seeing what. Nothing. Let's just delete that. Folder. Oh, yeah. Open it as root. Prevents people from crapping on you, pretty much. Well, it's not even on here. Why? I do have permission. Clown. Open as root. Oh, gotcha. I got you. I got you. Show hidden files. It is gone. See, I knew I had permission. That's my computer. Linux don't take you. They'll deny you. You can F your system all up. You know, you can delete half the stuff. You know, you have the authority. You know, you RM something. Remove it. I didn't have to hit the yes. I mean, because I recently typed in. I could have just hit enter. Now it's doing the VLC. Wonder what all it's got on here. Let's check it out. All right, there's my graphics, my credit I downloaded, Flame Shot, which is my screensaver that I use, document scanner. Time shift, rhythm box is on there now. Kdenlive, Audacity. Kdenlive is what I use for editing videos. Audacity for audio files. I like LibreOffice is the best office suite out there. That's my opinion. It doesn't have to be yours. Some people use OnlyOffice. I think that's garbage. So I got my Zoom, my Thunderbird. Thunderbird's my wife's best favorite program. Steam for the gaming, some of the gaming. Discord, talking to your gamer friends. Graphics, Krita for video editing, Krita's for editing pictures. Some games. I don't play this anymore right here, but my wife does sometimes. So if she ever needs to be on my computer, I try to have everything she likes on mine as well. But anyway, yep. So VLC will come up pretty soon. I really think I'm going to okay, that's almost done. Put this on my board. Rhythm box, absolutely add that to panel. Let's see here. Rhythm box, Kdenlive. Add that to the panel. Thunderbird panel. I always put Steam or my games on the other side of my file manager. I'm really thinking about putting Steam on here. That's actually my favorite file manager. This is my day. I got all next week off. I've done such a good job. My boss gave me the next week completely off. So actually I'm lying. It's fall break. We're all off. But okay, let's see. Get rid of this here. I don't want to get rid of that. I'm going to minimize it so I don't have to redo the. See what all we got here. See if VLC came up, and it did. I always put that on my panel too, right next to the audio. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Now I want to do, okay, yeah, my package manager I have coming up. See, I'm doing all this from scratch. You know, if I built my ISO, all this stuff I'm doing is already on. I mean, it comes already loaded. I mean, when you download it, when you have a system, you put it all on it. You create an ISO, make an ISO, and all your programs are they're already on there. I'm doing this all from scratch today. So yeah. So I'm going to take. I can't reboot because then I'll lose you guys. I'm going to go ahead and go for the gusto and just finish this up. Looking over here. Copying that. Move it over here. I'm going to bring my terminal window back up. Type in clean here. It's going to take my oh no, clear. Alright, that takes me up to the top here. I'm going to paste that long thing that I did over there, and it's going to start its magic. Been a while since I typed in my password, so I'm typing in my strong and complicated password. There's no way anybody would ever guess it. 2 letters. Let's see. Looking for conflicts. No, I don't think I have any. I can just hit enter here. When I'm done with this, I could go to open up my settings here and go to a theme, and all the icons will show up and work. And I really don't keep those things. Let's see, let's go to file here, Nemo. I don't need that on my favorites, it's gone. I don't need terminal on my favorites. I mean, you just Control T and your terminal comes up. I always put disks over here. What the heck? Oops. There's disk. And I put Paymac. Paymac is a package manager. It's I'll show you what all that is here in a little bit. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, enter. Okay. Now it's installing. It's on its it's installing Team Core Control, Team Viewer, and Paymac. Appears. Give me a like copy. Make dependencies when I'm done. I'll just let them choose. Enter. You don't need dependencies when once you've installed something. You just pretty much need what makes it run. Linux Turbo, the Linux guy, Glorious Egg Roll, he's way smarter than me. There's a lot of people Linux this is more smarter than me. I'm certainly not the smartest guy on the planet. But I did a comparison side by side with Windows once, and I installed my system. I think I chose. I really don't remember which one I chose, but I had to look at my old videos. But Linux blew Windows away. It was a. I really wasn't sure how it was going to go down that day because I gave Windows a major head start. I started my window from scratch for Linux, and I went ahead and I didn't start the clock on Windows until after I got to the desktop. So Windows already had a head start. I was just so sure that I was going to win with Linux that I gave them a big head start, and they still blew them away by I think it was 18 minutes faster installing Linux over Windows. And like I said, I started Windows at the update stage, and I started and we still beat Windows by 18 minutes. I think it was 18 minutes. It's been so long. But just imagine if I'd have started the clock, beforehand, it would have been a total blowout. So, and that's another thing. Look, the backup systems in Windows, it's absolutely terrible. Unless I've done something wrong over the years, I could do a backup on a ButterFS BRTFS file system in Linux that I use, or you can use ext4. But if you use BRTFS, like I could RM my main BIOS that runs it and completely break my system, and all I got to do is, and it's you're instantly back in operation with that backup. You're not going through this waiting for system restore, oh my gosh, waiting. This may take a few minutes. It's almost worth investigating how they were able to do that, but it's like instant. You could format your hard drive, you could be on let's say I got fed up with a system, and as long as you have that you always want to do your backups on an opposite hard drive, obviously. But so you could have that backup on your external and go plug it into another machine and have your system on that machine. Okay, time shift works so well. You could instantly have your stuff back. Is what I'm saying. I mean, you don't have that in Windows. That's another function that you have here. Now, if there's another program in Windows that does it, then all right. My wife sent me a text. Huh? Okay, so then talking to my wife, and it looks like I really need to you don't have to reboot a lot of Linux. Let's see if I can do my theming now. Theming, cinnamon. All right, the themes aren't here. I like the purple. Purple is my favorite color. Okay, purple. Yep, changed my icons. So that should have changed my other icon, and it did. See that? There's no gap now. The settings icon is on here. Okay, let's see the application. Purple as well. I like the dark. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Woohoo! We got dark. That's what I'm talking about. That's how it's done on the streets. Right. Alright, alright, alright. So, technically... Alright, now I'm going to do the fan stuff. Let's go clear. Okay. What's this meant? Oh. Okay. Alright. Since I got the theme there, let's delete the package. Hey, here's the video I'm recording. Hello, what's up, buddy? Okay, alright. So, what else next? Ah, man. There we go. You know what? Edited my thing a little bit. Now I should just be able to let go. Let's do it. Installing wine. Lutris will be installed, I think. Yep, Lutris is right here. Oh, it's 5.13 too. Yeah, that's the latest. I'm pretty sure that's the latest one. So, let's see. crap. Son of a... I lost some stuff. Well, we're gonna see what happens, folks. Lutris should be installed. Let's check it out. Yep. I'm going to do wine tricks. Okay, let's see here. What all I got left? Let's try fan control. So sudo pacman dash capital S. Let's do fan control. See if it comes up. Not found. Alright, I gotta build a repo. I'll add fan control to the repo. So we're gonna get out of that. Okay. Okay, so fan control. So let's just do this together. I gotta do it from scratch. Fan control for Arch Linux. I'll probably pull up the Arch wiki. Arch wiki, fan control. Go to AUR. AURs will go fan control. Huh? Fan control GUI. Let's download the snapshot. Okay, we've done that part. Now we're going to go to our downloads. And we're going to extract that here. Open up this box, and we're going to create a terminal. Open up in a terminal. And we're going to go make PKG. It'll make the package that's in there. And the dependencies are not met, so we got to add the dependencies. So we're going to go sudo pacman dash capital S just copy. We'll do it the easy way. Paste that in here. Put your password in, and we're definitely going to install that. Once that's complete, I should be able to hit my up arrow, and it will remember, and because of your, what's it called? The clipboard, I guess. When it's called a clipboard, you should. Now I can hit make package. It should install my fans. Well, I mean, this does the package. I have to add this to my repo that I made, and then install the. This just makes the package. So now that that is done, I should have a file, which I do. So we're going to copy this fan control thing. We're going to go to my repo, throw that in there. And we're going to delete these two files because we're making new ones because we added a program in there. So now I got to make a new one. So open up a terminal here. Control Shift +++, and we're going to rebuild the repo. Type in this command, repo add, and whatever your name of your repo is, .db.tar.gz, and then we're going to do that same one now. It's a little different. All I had to do was add the other thing, but I'm going to cheat and do copy and paste. As you can see, everything's the same. It just added this right here. This part right here was added. So we hit enter. Do that again. And the XZ. Now we're going to do ZST. PKG. Okay. Now I can exit out of here. Delete this file. Actually delete these last two. Like so. And you wanted to rename these. Those files I just deleted. You rename the package here. The zip or the whatever file, you rename those to those files so it'll read it. So now I can do my terminal again. You could actually I can do that. I don't mind hitting the thing, but you could make a, then you want to do a sudo pacman capital S Y Y U U. That does all the mirrors and everything over again. So once you see that this works, the OnlyLinux repo, nothing else to do. Now I can go sudo pacman -s and then do the fan control. And what did I name it? GUI? That was the name of the program, right? Yep, there it goes. Now it's going to install the fan control. Then I can do a sudo pmw config. My fan should start going crazy right now. Oh, pwm config. Hear my fans? I don't know if you can hear it, man. This is sounding sweet. Hoo-wah. Hoo-wah. Hot dog. I might start singing. Woohoo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hot dog. Some biscuit eater. Oh, yeah. Would you like to generate a detailed correlation? Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah. You can see that's what's going to happen when my at a certain power levels, your fans run at certain RPMs. That way, you know, when you're not stressed out, they don't have to run as fast, and when they are stressed out, they run faster. That's what my fan speed is going to be at that power. I usually go to 5. I'm going to see how far this goes. Or was it 3? 5 would be okay, but I may even go further. Yeah, went under 5. Hot dog! Do you want to set up its configuration file now? Absolutely. Alright, save and quit. Hot dog! So, I have successfully brought, well, you know what? Let's not do that yet. Let's do another update. Alright. And let's actually install my game. A game that I will definitely play. Oh, I need to install. Where is it? Where is it? So, documents, Linux. Well, I've really been slacking. I don't have any of my rules or anything in here yet. So let's see, where's it? Right here. Something's going on with my fans, man. Let's just type Lutris Glorious Egg Roll Proton 8-14 worked. Tar. Yeah, my fans are, something's wrong with my fans, man. Yeah, they stayed on too long. I'll see what happens. That's alright. Alright. No, I just realized. I had to change an audio setting. Hope it wasn't too loud before, folks. Alright, so now let's do a game. load from a file. Okay. Save. Alright, before the game, I'm going to go ahead and get my file system here, and I'm going to open that as root. Done deal. Okay. Now over here, we're going to go to my documents, Linux. These are all my rules. So I'm going to go to etc polkit. Put all my rules in here. Rules are rules, and that's just the way. Some rules are meant to be broken, but not these. You don't want your system broken. Okay, so those rules. Do a local also local authority. And we'll do a local 50-local.d, and I'm going to throw all my PKMAs. So that's a done deal. Hey, time format. Now let's change this down here. It's driving me crazy. I don't like the. Let's see. Let's crank this up to 40. Center up to 40. And crank this up to 32. Make that 32, and we're going to make this font 16. Really see the time and everything now, huh? Alright, so now technically, okay, if my rules and everything are working, if I can still use my old configuration of my old operating system, I should be able to. Where did I have to put a password in for? Okay, let's try to open this as root. Automatically opens as root. Now you don't want to do if you got people you don't trust in your house, you probably don't want to do that. But you know, nothing I do now will ask me for that root password for that. Like changing a box to root, opening something in root will be automatically now. And like when I started this up, it asked me for my password. It's not going to ask me for the password anymore. What else? Oh, okay. Now we can look for, let's load the game. Lucas, let's see, wine is set up. Let's install this. Then we'll install mine over that. We'll let this complete here. These are the hoops you got to do to get your game to run. I'm hoping, since my fan, I mean, I've never been able to accomplish that before on my system, and I did today, so that's definitely a plus. But I still haven't loaded the game, so it doesn't mean it's going to make the game play any better. We'll know if we get a really, really low frames per second in the game, if the game even loads. We'll know if we get a small frame rate FPS, then I gotta go back to the drawing board. Okay, you know, but the thing is, even if I have to go back to the system that taught me how to do my system better, okay, it's still, I can do that quicker than putting Windows on the machine. So anyway, from scratch. We're talking completely annihilation of your hard drive. But once you get it going, you just save it. That's when you do your backup, when you get everything just the way you want. If you're going to stop halfway and come back at a later time, then you could just, do your backup whenever. Just always want to make sure you have your backup. Do not edit your kernel. Do not add things or anything until you do a backup. Okay, the programs that you install for Linux, Windows are made by a programmer. I'm going to tell you, we are human beings. We do make mistakes. We will mess up a program. We will release something brand new and it could be broken. So always do your backup. I cannot stress the backup enough. Because when you lose a 4 terabyte hard drive with all your stuff, it makes you be really cautious about what you do in your system without backing up. You should never edit anything zero without backing up. Because you can't go crying if you don't back up and you break something. So, let's see, it's 2:04. I don't know if my wife gets off at 2 or 4 today. But if this works, I'm going to slam it on her computer and she will not even know. I'm not talking poorly about her, okay? But if I set the same thing up and it's a completely different system, Debian over Arch, and it's the same desktop environment, she would not know. Until that week comes when she has to do her update. Now that's the difference with Debian. You may not have an update for months, So at that point, when the icon shows up that she's got an update, she's going to say, "Why do I have an update?" She'll know something's up. She's not stupid. She may not be computer savvy in this area, but she is not stupid. Well, she married me, so I guess there's a level of stupidity that occurred at one point. But all right, so now we're going to go to the download. See, that was funny. I cracked my own self up. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put that in. Local. Yep, shared. Then it was Lucas, right? That's where the game's at. And we're going to go to runners, and it should be wine. Then I'm going to paste this new thing in here, and now I'm going to go to wine. That's there. You see, it's there. All right. Hit OK. And now I'm going to go to the config, and it's right where I want it to be. The 8.14, because that just works. Okay. I mean, the new one I have not tried yet, but it did not work. One of the previous updates or something they did, it didn't work, and so I just stopped playing it. And I just didn't. I was just too frustrated to research. But then I found out, just put it back to the one. Go, downgrade. Go back to the one that worked. So that's what I did. So all right, let's hit plus here. It's going to search. We're going to search BattleNet. Found it. I found the game. Continue. Install. Hot dog. It looks like it's working. So it's going to install it. There's no hoops that I got to go through. Before, when I had my system, I had to go through a few hoops to get the things installed. I admit there is some work, extra work you do in Linux at first until you get things where they need to be. But like if you're running the server, my Linux server runs at least equal to or better. Actually, I'm going to be totally honest. I get 20 or 30 more frames per second running Linux games than I do with Windows. Okay. Well, yeah, I can go above. The performance is just better for me on Linux with the game. Once I figured this out, before, you had a higher latency or, a frame or lower frame per second until I figured things out. And once I figured it out, and what I did is I learned from other people, other systems, other developers. I learned from them, and that's what that's good about open source. Is you could just learn a lot. They're willing to teach you things, because you're not competing to make money, it may make you money in a fashion. I mean, when you produce things this good, you could have you could design your Linux system. You could have the core version that you release to everybody, and you can make a version, call it Pro version, and charge $20 or something for it. You're more apt to make money by showing people your stuff than not, so. Hot dog, man, it's loading awful fast. I am going to be completely stoked. And it's really not that detailed. If I were to just instead of being frustrated and bent out of shape, I am going through an emotional wreck right now. I miss my old job a lot, and I'm trying to connect with the newness here, new policies, all this stuff that's new. Some of it was bizarre, but okay. Everybody knows where I work now. I am not completely at all. I am not downing where I work, okay? The place has been absolutely kind to me. My boss has gone out of his way to explain things because he knows. I explained to him. I was very, very, very transparent with him and saying, I just noticed that I observed. It's just a phobia I have. I observe things. I like things done in a certain way, and I explained to him, I've been my boss. I've been the boss of my entire adult life since I was 18. I've always held the highest position in every place I've ever worked. Besides, military, I had decent positions there, but I mean, I was never the boss, the general, or the big boss. And all my restaurant, in my adult life, I've always held the highest position possible, with the exception of a few places I've worked. And so when you're working, when you go into a job where you're not like that, it's a little harder for you. When you observe, when you start learning, it's hard for you to go with the flow, maybe. So I struggle with that. But I've got a fabulous boss. I can sit down with him, any questions I have, and he's welcome to it. And I tell him, this is information, he can use it however he likes, and he's been open to any suggestions and everything that I've made. I mean, it's just, so it's not them, it's me. It's just, I just miss those other kids. I cry sometimes. I mean, it's just that bad. It helps. Actually, it helps, and it ruins me again. And I hope she don't stop coming to the bus if she sees this video. But I have a student I used to haul on the route that I want back so much. She comes, gives me a hug. She goes to Southwestern now, and her sister comes over sometimes. They wave to me, and that really helps, So I wasn't a schmo if I've got students from my old, even a new one that a good friend of mine that drives. She used to haul. These kids that he just looked at me and he started waving, and it's like, yeah, I used to haul him. So that is awesome seeing them there, but and it helps, but it ruins me because it makes me miss the others so much. But what happened? Did I do something wrong when I was talking? Crap, man. It was up there. Oh, here we go. It's doing something now. I think. Oh man, come on. I don't know what the snag is. I might have exited out of the Battle.net installer too fast. It says, do not attempt to log in the Battle.net. Once Battle.net has finished installing and the login window appears, simply close it. You will log in the next time you start the app. So that's what I thought I did. I closed it. I might have closed it before it reached to that point, though. fans stop working? No, they're still running. Yeah, my temperature's not high. Man. Probably hit something wrong. Abort. Yes. I'm going to do it again. This time, not rabbit trailing about work. But, I ain't gonna dislike the job there. I just miss the other kids. It has nothing to do with my employer. Like I said, being the new guy, things seem some of the things seem kind of bizarre, like the release, the drop off and release. I don't get that at all. But I mean, as far as the job that I do, it doesn't change. I just drive a bus. I just try to be the best driver I can. I try to take care of my kids. I worry about them. I get after them when they need to be get after. I don't let things slide to where they get out in the world and they're like, hey, this isn't how it was at school. I try to give them chances. But then there's certain things I don't slack on because, like the whole discipline thing is bad at probably all the schools. They get so many chances. They hold on to that. I don't know if their heart, with the people making decisions, where their heart is, but I hate to say it, but sometimes it seems like the funding is what they hold on to, why they make the disciplinary, things like giving a kid so many chances. They're not going to get that chance when they graduate from high school. You keep giving them a chance. They're going to get a job, and they're going to well, I can screw up. I don't have to go in today. I didn't have to go to school. I didn't get, nothing happened to me at school. That's going to happen to me here. They'll get all these chances, and and they get out into a real job, or they have to, have that job to make a living, to eat. They're going to find out fast that, you don't get 7 or 8 chances. You're done after the first one or second one. You're in trouble. Your wallet's going to be, empty or not near as full. So, I agree with. I'm all for second chances. But sometimes tough love is the best route. And I've always thought, handling the kids, sometimes kids are giving IEPs just so they get by with more stuff. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't know where people's heart's at. I hope it's in the right place when you're in charge of kids. Hopefully they're always in the right place. But you understand what I'm saying. That's why I think it's sometimes funding more so than the educational part, And I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's just a thought, But like I said, everybody's nice to me. Nobody I've ever met would suggest that their heart's in a bad place. Okay, not at all. Not at all. Everybody's been every single. I haven't had a bad experience with a staff member or anything that I could think of yet, which is awesome. Actually, normally, if I was at the other job, I'd want to choke, I always want to throat punch someone. It just, something I just observe, and I know the difference between right and wrong. I know a lot of other people do too, but I don't handle, those. I don't understand people sometimes. Congestion in a bus with students in parking lots is just dumb. Okay, you should never have a bunch of congestion in any parking lot. Okay. So I've seen some extremely poor releases over the years, and some good ones too. Okay, all right, it's right here. At this point, I should be able to hit X. So I'm going to hit X. But anyway, I'm going to tell you what bothers me most about a release is when you see 30 or 40 cars, which you would assume that they're staff members parked in a parking lot, that they're staff in the building, right? So I don't question it. I don't make anybody feel dumb. I don't go in there and complain, moan and groan. I'm 52, but I don't understand why we wait till 7:45 to release the grade school. Why? And we release the middle and the high school before that. Why is that? What is the problem with pulling up there, letting your kids go into the school? What a concept! Let your kids go into the school. Why wait until 50 buses? However, we're just going to use that. Throw it out there. Why wait until you get a bunch in a parking lot and then do them two at a time, or all the time? If you're like at the high school, you release it all at the same time. I mean, what is the purpose? What is the reasoning behind that? The staff is there. Come out earlier. What a concept. I mean, let the bus driver, that you trust enough to drive $100,000 piece of equipment around with students, with the most amazing resource or amazing thing a person can haul is a child. So you trust them enough to haul them. Why can't they walk in when you get there? Why you want kids on the bus for extended periods of time so they can have the extended period of time to mess up on the bus? Get them off of there. I mean, how fast do you eat your breakfast? Can you you want your kids to choke on their breakfast? I don't know what time the school starts at the school, but when you wait till 7:45 or school starts at 8, that's not a whole lot of time to walk to your breakfast, then walk to your class. So give them the extra time. How many people does it take to watch a cafeteria? Let them start off in the cafeteria, let the bus in there, and go. Have your car riders at another place, or in one of the other lots, and they don't get a drop off until the bus is gone, or at a certain other time. But if it was like the same for them too, if they could just pull up They could be said, hey, you can't drop your kids off before 7:15. Okay, so they pull in, which should be where we pull up at the grade school. That's where the cars should be. We should be where we're at in the afternoon. Way better scenario. But, let them pull up, drop their kid off, and they're gone. But what happens now is everybody releases at the same time, so main cross is completely freaking packed, bottlenecked, out the wazoo. And it wouldn't take nothing to solve that or to make it decrease it. I don't know why they don't do it. They did make a change. Like, I'm not bashing nobody. I don't think poorly of nobody. I'm not dogging the school. They're my employer. They're kind. I get paid, and everything. They don't harass me. I don't harass them. But that is just something I do not understand. Why the mayor or DOT, Department of Transportation, thinks that is good it's a freaking one of life's mysteries to me. It's just it's just waiting for it's more accident prone, and it's just a drag. How can you get to work? Like, I couldn't imagine. I'm struggling to get to my other route because I got a route to do immediately. So I couldn't imagine what all those people are doing, thinking they're not going to get to work on time because they're sitting in southwestern traffic for, God knows how long. Because you got people walking to the street, walking to school. You got them, you got these cars, you got these buses, They're all trying to do the same thing at the same exact time, pretty much, is how it works out. Let us drop off in the afternoon like we do in the afternoon in the morning. Have those other cars, which you can get more than 2 wide, you can do 3 or 4 wide through that parking lot. Let them drop off, But really, and then, not to mention using it like we do, they're walking across the buses instead of getting dropped off door side. We should be coming in the other direction and just going off. If that's where they want them to come in, we should be coming in from main cross to there, drop off door side, go to the other school, drop off door side, and you're done. That's it. At that point, you're still going to be waiting on some traffic, but you're not going to wait on near as much, and I don't think so anyway, because they're dropping and leaving. You're not dropping them off 20, or 4 or 5 at a time. I don't know. You're not dropping off many at a time, so that's it, And I'm not saying the other school's better, but at Madison, you drop off up to 7:05 in the freaking morning. You drop your kids off. The teachers, whoever, come to their door at 7:05. I'm not saying they're better or worse, but you drop your kids off and then you go to the other school. They do it like that, and they've got Lydia Milton, Rikers Ridge, Deputy, Junior High School, the high school. We drop off at Christian Academy, Anderson, Pope John, Shaw. That's 9 schools, and they've got over 30 buses. We don't have 30 buses, and they managed to not have a bottleneck parking lot. It really, in the routes, they show up at different times. They don't all show up. If they get there, it's, I think we could drop off at 7:05 at the grade schools. Deputies like 7 o'clock. Rikers Ridge is like 7:05. I'm not sure about, Lydia Milton. I haul for Rikers and Anderson. I haul for Deputy. I've dropped off at Lydia Milton, but it's just not like you drop off pretty much, and you move on about your business, and there's not that congestion. They're able to do it that way with 30 with no congestion. You think we could do it with just 2 schools, 2 buildings to drop off at, with less congestion than they do? But it is what it is. That's just my thing. That's just my thoughts, my observations. I'm not mad. It just don't make no sense to me. Why the community wants us wasting fuel or whatever. Why they want us to sit there and not idle when it's extremely hot or cold. I couldn't imagine what are we supposed to. You think I'm going to pull up to the bus stop and when it's 30 degrees out and I'm going to have my heater running? Sorry, it's going to be on. My kids are not going to freeze because of that. And the way or the air conditioning when it's 75 plus. Just think what it is on a bus. It's hotter. So you should never ask someone not to have the air conditioner on. Unless their bus don't have it. Now, when I went to school, we didn't have air conditioner, so we put the windows down. But, anyway. That's how it works there. If a kid, oh, it's hot, Mom. It's hot, Dad. It's so cold. It's so hot, Dad, on the bus. And then they find out, you're not running the heater or the air conditioner. Maybe they'll consider putting them to a school where they do have a heater and air conditioner. Yeah, I think. So I always want to be concerned. So I'm rabbit trailing while I'm doing this game. For some reason, it will not finish loading. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. This time I'm not going to hit this thing. You know what? If Mommy gets off at 4, who's in the kitchen? Oh, okay. Mommy get off at 4, you think?
Yeah, she gets off at 4.
What's up, Byron?
I've been craving Golden Corral for the last couple of
Been craving Golden Corral? Yeah, they got some pretty good stuff up there. I'm just going to leave this over to the side here. I don't really want to end it because it's not going to install. Yay! Yay! Going ahead and logging in worked. And it said not to do that. Alright, let's see. Configure. Runner. Yep, the right Proton save. Alright. So now let's create menu shortcut. Why is not my shortcut not coming out? Huh. Oh, anyway. So I'm going to put the game on there. External. distribution, only Linux OS. That's my rig. Bash RC. I'm hungry. its pictures. Just grab me a quick bite and be right back. Excuse the bathroom. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. The waiting period stinks. Stinks. Blows. So, got my documents, I got my pictures. game's almost downloaded, so I'll soon be able to know if this is going to work or not. I gotta tell you, before, when I launched the game, the fans would stop working. I didn't have any control of the fans. Now with the other program and this, I'm thinking that it works. It should work. It sure did on the other system. It's getting close. Alright, boys and girls, it is time. Loads fast. Games, favorites. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have to bring this over here. And let's see this. Hot dog. See, the temperature's fine, fan's still running. Alright, max FPS. Hot dog, I can't believe it. Wow, the quality of the video. Let's see what it's running at. Oh man, I just love it. There you have it. I've done it. I got my own system back. That's the way it's done right here. Well, that is going to be the end of this video. I do believe I'm impressed. Now I can get my game channel on my OBS, the recording, and we're good.